These didn't really look the way I thought they were going to look. Heyo. What's up? Can you hear me? I'm using a new mic. I need to see if this is actually working properly. Any sounds? Yeah, I got it. Okay, cool. Does it sound okay? Does it sound? Your baby's locked up right now. I'm sorry. She's in the locker. Sounds good? Okay, cool. Cool. Oh, is it too loud? Let me turn it down a little bit. I don't know which way. I should have probably figured this out before. Is that too loud? Is that louder or is that quieter? Oh, hello. Good? Okay, cool. How dare you put her in a locker? She needs to be out destroying people's days. Oh, okay, cool. Who's in the so Tigray sent me a MTW, a Wolverine MTW that I'm going to be reviewing here next week. That I've been playing around with. It's freaking sweet, but right now it's in the other room, locked up. James, we actually have a Discord. I'm like super bad about plugging it. You see, I can probably drop a link in there. Hi Shane, good to see you again. Glad you could stop by. Yeah, I don't know. I have a link to it. Let me see if I can find it here real quick. I'm classically bad at Discord. I feel like an old man that just doesn't know how to use technology when it comes to Discord. Let me see. See where it is. Yes, Discord is corporate approved, decidedly. Tigray, if you want to drop it in there, that would be much appreciated. Going from, because I'm usually on mobile, and then going to the, oh yeah, backwards hat. Going to like back to the web or the computer version is just, I'm just super bad about that. But cool. I see you. No audio? Can't post the link. I'll find a link. Oh yeah, you might not be able to because of the chat. Don't worry about it. If you're, I'll post a channel notification later with a Discord link if you're interested in joining. I'll do that after I'm done live streaming. Well, hey, hello, Sinky. When Reach went from millennial to boomer, yeah. Despite all of my cybernetic upgrades, I am just as detached as everybody else. Oh yeah. What is that lamp? I am currently at my parents' house right now. My sister is getting married, so I am back in town for all of the proceedings. Yeah. That lamp is probably made by my mom, if I had to guess. It's very beautiful. I have all the guns that were used in the video back here that were like supposed to kind of be like behind me, and then I got this all set up, and I'm like, you can't see any of this. So yeah, I have all of the different airsoft guns that we used. Yes, the marriage it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I don't know if you've ever had a person like in your immediate family getting married and you're like part of the wedding. It's crazy. I'm actually officiating. I'm officiating it, so it's about to get It's about to get real. If you want to put a patch on your computer, be my guest, man. That would be sweet. That would be sweet. I've been thinking about making like vinyl stencils to put on there. I have a vinyl cutter, which is actually how I did all the stenciling, like the stenciling on this right here. That's all done with a vinyl cutter, which I think is pretty cool. That's also good. This guy too. It's pretty sweet. I was the ring bearer. It's a fun time. Cool. We got 13 people in here. So basically, I'm planning on going for an hour, maybe a little extra. So probably gonna wrap it up around 8:15, 8:20, if I'm guessing. But yeah, I'm basically here to talk about Simulacrum 6. I mean, really anything else. Anything that you guys are interested in, for sure. But yeah, like after Simulacrum, I've been working on Simulacrum 6 for months, like two or 3 months now. And I think it would be cool to just sit here and basically talk about what I've been doing this whole time, and kind of like the production process and like the planning and all that. How do I keep it from peeling? So it's just regular vinyl. It's like a vinyl sticker basically. Because what I was originally going to do was I was going to make a stencil and then airbrush it on, but I realized that this stuff's actually pretty like resistant to peeling off. I've had this on here for a couple of months. I've actually had this on since I think December, and I've never had any problems with it peeling off or anything like that. I mean, it's in a place where there's not a lot of contact. Same with this one on the other side of the receiver, but I think if it was at a place where your hands are like touching it a lot, then you might have a more of an issue with it peeling off. But yeah, I haven't had an issue with that. German weapons. What about German weapons? Ow, thank you. Yeah, if you get a chance to watch Sim 6 and you haven't watched it yet, please go and check it out. It's like it has been. I bet you the sun is going to be an issue here in about like 30 seconds because it's slowly setting. But yeah, if you get a chance to watch it and you haven't seen it yet, please go over and watch it. Tell me what you think. It's very Simulacrum as a series has been very interesting to work on because it's kind of unconventional. It's a little bit different than other airsoft gameplay series. And so I like to get a lot of feedback. Like, if there's stuff that you don't like about it, please, let me know, because I want it to be a cool and interesting and involving series that does take into consideration all the different stuff. I want it to be like awesome, basically. How did I make the helmet for episode 5? So Shogun's helmet, I wish I had his helmet here. The Shogun's helmet is actually made by the guy that plays Shogun, Kevin, who he might actually be stopping by later. So he's an artist. He actually his degree is in I believe he has a degree in sculpture and concept art. So he makes props and stuff like that. He's currently working at a store that makes like special effects for horror movies and like haunted houses and stuff like that. So what he did was he took sheets of acrylic, so basically plastic sheets, cut them out to size. So he designed the helmet on like a CAD thing, printed it all out, cut plastic sheets to fit the panels that he made on the computer, and then glued them all together and then painted it. So what that is it's basically like a handmade 3D model, more or less. You can actually, so if you do all the math on your own, you can basically make that stuff out of cardboard or whatever. Just give it a nice paint job and it'll look phenomenal. It's like prop worthy stuff. How did I come up with the story? So that's a very interesting topic. So when I before I started doing YouTube videos, I pitched the idea to Kevin. I said, what I want to do is I want to go and record myself playing airsoft. This was probably back in, I want to say 2013, maybe. I was like, I want to go and like record videos of me and my friends playing airsoft, and then edit all of the videos together, and like do a voiceover, and have it be like this cool like sci-fi like series that we can do. So it's like we don't have to record like well choreographed fight scenes because it's all going to look like a helmet cam. And he was like, I think that's a lot of work. I don't think you should do it. So I didn't do it. I actually didn't do it. I kind of put it on the back burner, and then started making videos, like review videos, and that started getting a little bit more traction. And I was playing airsoft all the time, so I was like, I might as well go and record a game and try and kind of do that. And that was the first episode of Simulacrum, which I was like, I think these are really cool, and I want to keep doing them. So the story, that's how the series started. I completely ignored your question. The story actually comes from short stories that I wrote. So if you don't know this about me, I actually went to college for creative writing. So I basically went to write game narratives. That was kind of my interest. And I kind of got out of that the longer I went through college. But I got really interested in writing scripts and stuff like that. And one of the ideas that I had was for kind of a dystopian cyberpunk city called New Tanegashima, where there's like cyborgs and all this like societal collapse, and everything is run by these gigantic corporations. It's kind of a kitsch idea, I guess. But what I really like to do as a story creator and as a writer is to explore like the human moments. You can have kind of a generic idea, but I think you can get a really interesting narrative if you go and look at like how are individuals acting and reacting to the stuff around them and in their environment. And so that's kind of what I did with Simulacrum. Was I was like, I have all this airsoft gameplay. I think I'm going to try and write this story. So I took a lot of cues from Ghost in the Shell and other stuff that I like. But yeah, that's kind of how it came to be. I can see through your mask because of the sun. Yeah, you can see through my mask in the video too, because we had the exposure turned up so high, and there was a light like shining right on the side of my face. So you can just see my teeth like clean as day. Patch cost me like $7, but now I have to pay $80 for a combat shirt to mount it. Yeah, that's the price we pay for looking beautiful. Spider on my shoulder. I think I was a little bit late for that one. Have you ever thought of turning corporate into an actual nationwide organization, putting out like a uniform you could wear to show your alignment and stuff? I think that's a fantastic idea. And believe it or not, I have actually thought about doing that. Oh, you have already now. Good. So a thing that I really, and say what you will about Navrich, I think he's an interesting case study. I kind of like the content that he puts out, but the thing that I think that you got to respect is that man knows how to brand himself. And I think it's awesome that he's releasing his own gear now. So what I would like to do, I think as a community, we're a little bit small right now to justify like trying to put out a line of tactical equipment or something like that. But down the line, I think it would be really cool to do sci-fi inspired pieces of kit. Like if you've ever seen, so if you have your, if you're on your laptop or whatever, open up a tab and check out the costume design that Weta Workshop did for the Ghost in the Shell movie. The Ghost in the Shell movie was not a great movie. But the thing that I think is awesome about it is the costume design and the prop design, like the weapons and the way that the characters look in that. It's phenomenal. I think it would be really cool if you could mass produce like futuristic looking tactical gear, like something that you would see in a Simulacrum or like another sci-fi movie. So I think that's a fantastic idea. Have you read the book Unwind? I have not read the book Unwind, but I'll write that down real quick. I'll check that out later. That's another thing, is if you guys ever come across anything like you think is cool or interesting, that you think I might like, just hit me up, because I love like pulling in inspiration from different things. I love like kind of expanding the I don't know. Wait, what's Kev's here? I see Kev. That sci-fi city thing you talked about, you know how Swamp Sniper hosts Revelations at Ballahack? I feel like that could be you in like 3 to 10 years. That would be sweet. I know I've had some people mention wanting to do like a corporate approved milsim or something like that, where we could do like a dystopian sci-fi military simulation, that would be sweet. And kind of what's funny is his the Revelation series that him and Jet put out a couple of years ago, like that's really cool. Like if you want to look at stuff that kind of inspired me to try and make airsoft into a more interesting, like, narrative driven thing, those videos are amazing. I'll actually I'm just taking notes here. I'll put up a link to those later. Because those are amazing. He basically does, if you haven't seen him, he does basically like a narration for all the missions that they do at this thing. I think you should run your own events based on corporate. Yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about earlier. I think, yeah, Tigger, I think you mentioned that a little bit ago. The price I pay for liking a navy blue uniform with coyote tan armor. That's a cool look, though. That's like the FBI guys from Black Ops or an MTF. Have I read? Wait, what do you say? I've been looking to get into airsoft. I've tried putting together a futuristic loadout, but I'm 13 and it cost me over $500. So the thing with that, you can budget it. Like the gear that I run it's not nice gear. I think the nicest stuff that I have is probably some of those One Tigers chest rigs. It all depends on how you do it. Like the Reach costume isn't like a particularly futuristic looking one. It's all in the kind of the presentation of it. So what I would say is, try and look for stuff that's a little bit like cheaper, but still kind of has the look that you're looking for. Because it's okay to build your stuff up over time. You don't have to get all your gear right out of the gate. I'm still shaking from Simulacrum 6. Yeah, me too, man. Could you try to make an exosuit for your loadout? Okay, so an idea that I had that I never actually got on. I have parts for it, but is like a futuristic juggernaut suit. Kind of like the what do they call them? It's like the big juggernaut guys from Advanced Warfare. I always thought those were cool, like the Goliath suit or something like that. Those look so cool, and they got the big miniguns. Doing something that kind of inspired by that would be really cool. I don't have like the technical ability though. It's part of the problem. The goal is here in the next year to get a hold of a 3D printer because I have some really cool projects that I want to do. That would be something that maybe I would think about. Revelations is sick. You should come this year. In the summer, I'm planning on making it out to Fertile Crescent. That's like one of my goals in 2020. But yeah, I might do the one in December as well. It depends. We look like a uniformed fighting force. Yeah, that's part of the advantage of having like an actual like corporate approved line of clothing. Would be like, I don't know. I think it's some people just go and play in like t-shirts and shorts, and that's totally fine. I'm just trying to think like it would be cool if everybody rolled up looking like like navy blue corporate mercenaries. Everything's like compartmentalized. You got like side mounted mag holsters and all that stuff. Which field did you film this episode at? So I filmed something that's interesting about Simulacrum is I like to have a consistent amount of narrative mixed with action. So if it's too heavily weighted on the narrative side, it's really boring. But if it's too action packed, then it's just a game. Like it's just a montage. So my goal is to split it up. But when you do that, you don't always it's hard to kind of use the footage from one day of airsoft. So I actually filmed it at two places, and I do that pretty frequently. The first half of the gameplay is at War Den Airsoft. It's now called the Airsoft Den. That's up in, I believe, Medina, Ohio. That might not be right. It's up north. It's in the northern part of Ohio. And the second part was it was at I-70 Airsoft, which is on the complete other side of the state, completely to the western border. Fertile is nice because it's warm. Yeah, that part of the reason I don't want to go to Revelations is because it's going to be so freaking cold. But suck it up, right? So I think the actual exosuits would be better and more budget friendly. I don't know what you mean by that. Do you mean like 3D printing them or something like that? I don't know. Get back to me on that one. Why did the hazmat guy get so hyped up but die so early? Will we see him again? So the dude that got shot in the neck, no, he's dead. But Chemtac is definitely going to come back. Like Chemtac will be present in the videos for, I don't know, for the foreseeable future. I have 2 more episodes for Simulacrum plans, and Chemtac is going to be present in both of them. The way to kind of think about me and Reach, we're working on a jug suit, but he flaked on me. It's not that simple. It's not that simple, bud. The way to think about Chemtac is they're just another corporation that is like technically they're mercenaries. So they kind of work for whoever hires them. So if I mean in theory, Reach could like team up with Chemtac. I'm not spoiling anything, but there's potential there. They're going to be present in the rest of the series. Hang on, let me see here. Exactly. If we all just rolled up in these cool uniforms, we look so badass. Absolutely. And if we actually use good tactics, there's the thing: is if you look really cool, but you get your butt kicked. I live in Georgia, and I really wish I could actually get up to Revelations. Georgia's pretty. Are there any cool spots in Georgia? Let me see here. I feel like I'm missing some questions. I'm sorry. I'm going a little bit slow here. You should really get a 3D printer. There are a lot of good budget-friendly ways. A lot of good budget-friendly printers these days. Yeah, I'm kind of like window shopping right now. Yeah, I mean, if you were to actually use exosuits instead of having to build and pay for that huge Goliath suit, just putting on like a little exosuit on your limbs would look cool. Yeah, that's a good idea. Like a more like that's definitely more economically minded, like thin kind of bars that were connected to joints. That could be sweet. Rev is a bit overhyped. Nothing else like it. True, but it's meh. I've gone since 6. Cool. Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen, it's like it can be sweet and it can also kind of be lame. I don't know. I like the role play aspect of it. I think that's really unique. I've never done anything like that, but I think it would be cool to like check it out at least once. You should tell us more about the shields you're making. I was gonna bring a shield up, and I didn't. I left it in the basement. But so the shields are made of 1/4 inch polycarbonate. They have vinyl. So I pulled this up earlier. They have vinyl text on them. I can also do airbrush